All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of the video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors looking to learn and grow together. Now, this was one of the stocks we mentioned this morning. We mentioned it pretty early on in the morning. And you could see here when I mentioned it, and this was the highest point it gave us at the point of me taking the screenshot of 50% plus. It was up 61% on the day. And this just continued and basically nearly hit at its highest point 100% plus on the day, and nearly 70 to 80% from the moment I mentioned it all the way towards after hours. Now, a lot of investors are probably wondering, is this a stock to watch going into tomorrow? And the higher this goes, the riskier it gets. This is a stock I've talked about since way back here in the $2 range. It shot up, pulled back ever since the news of joining in with Instacart ads. That is like probably the biggest thing right now going for this software company. And could it continue? Possibly, but the higher it goes, the riskier it gets. So I'm going to share with you guys some supports I'm watching and the resistance based off today's price action. So the 50-day moving average is 446. Anything above it is bullish, anything below it is bearish. The highest point it reached was 849. That's a resistance level that needs to be broken through by the bulls to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. And I would dissect this chart as much as possible with these supports. And one of the first support levels I would watch is down here at 603. And the next one is down here at 497. I would watch and see how the bulls react within these areas, if they bring it back up, or if they continue to tear this one down to newer lows and closer to the 50-day moving average and nearly reaching bearish territory or even getting that low. So this is important to be aware that this has ran on Friday, right, from $2 to $3 and some change, and has jumped up nearly 2 to 3x from those levels, almost 4x, right? 2 to 3x, almost reaching 4x from those levels. So at some point, profit taking could be on the rise unless this is short squeezing or just more and more investors are interested in it and piling on in because they feel a sentiment of bullishness to the upside beyond these levels. But the higher it goes, the riskier it gets. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive this insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning. And if you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you can join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I've mentioned since way back in January, and the highest point that it reached this year, it gave 30% plus since I mentioned it. It's pulled back and consolidated in the last several months, showing some strength, and I'm really liking it. And not only that, I've always believed that this is a long-term opportunity, and we're going to look at the chart and what ticker symbol it is in just a moment. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities that I mentioned this morning over at the Discord to the members. And if that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors looking to learn and grow together. So I mentioned MNKD. This gave us small jumps of about 3 to 5%. RSLS, this one jumped up, giving 5 to 10% opportunities. And I mentioned DARE, giving us 3 to 5% opportunities on the day. But our home run of the day was MRIN. Now, I've talked about this one since it was at $2, and the higher it goes, the more riskier it becomes, in my opinion, right? But I was going to be watching it. It seemed to have some momentum. It had volume, and here we are to see the home run that it gave for the day. This was the highest point of possibility, 50% plus. when I mentioned it, when I was watching it in the pre-market at 528, jumped up, pulled back down, had a lot of volatility in the first 30 minutes of the day, pulled back down to a low here of about 497, 495, and it took off for the rest of the day, giving multiple opportunities and a highest point of possibility of 50% plus. Now, if this is something you want to become part of and you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So what's the stock I have added to my watch list for some time, and it's a ticker symbol I want to share with you guys? That is ZNGA, Zynga Inc. This is when I started talking about it. I circled that. I talked about it multiple times. I even talked about it again when it pulled back, and that's when it took off to $12 in just a few weeks after that. Now, since that point, it pulled back down, and you could see that there's some strength within this area, right? The lowest point that we've seen it touch since January is 935, and there's been some strength within that 935, 960, 970, and even $10 range, and it never touched those points again. These are great buying the quote-unquote dip opportunities for the long-term investors, and for the short term, these have been the best opportunities to swing trade. But over time, it's been very volatile through the ups and downs, but consolidated within this area. Because when we zoom out of the bigger picture here, right, if I go to 1 day, you could see that this has had strength for some time, and it's working its way up to newer highs, newer lows, and I believe it can continue in that trajectory if the business continues to grow as they plan to, and if things continue to go as they've been planning to over time. So this is great stuff. This is definitely a stock to do more research on, but I like the strength that it's had so far in these areas, and these dips being actually higher than the lowest point that we saw in January, just showing strength of this moving upwards and staying within this area. Now, if we go down here, you could see that financials was growing, and in 2020, they took a little bit of a hit, right, compared to what they were making in the past. So 2020 was a little bit of a rough patch for them, but 2021, things are starting to turn around, and it's projected that the stock is going to continue to become more profitable, continue to grow, get more user base, and the niche that it's in is said to grow over time. And you can see it reflect in the stock itself. So the highest point that it's reached recently is $12, gave us a nice 30% jump at that point, and from where it's sitting at right now, that's a nice little 10 to 20% jump from this area. Now, if you look up analysis ratings, you'll see that they're pointing this one to the upside. And like I said, do more due diligence, do more research, but this is a stock that's showing strength within this area and these points of this year and how it's moved. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the stocks I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.